Hello everybody and welcome back to Comic Book Corner. Guys, today we have a mega unboxing of over 100 slabs coming back from CGC this week. The reason why I didn't do my usual unboxings as the packages started coming in was because we had a really bad storm on the East Coast. A lot of the packages got delayed. And when they started coming in, they didn't all arrive at the same time. So it took over the course of 3 days to receive all 100 slabs. They were all split up into 13 different packages. And I don't know why CGC, I guess they changed the way they ship back their books. And now they are no longer able to ship back 25 books at the same time. The maximum they can send back is 20, and then they're putting another 5 books in a separate box. So now we're paying double shipping. It's very unfortunate. So we're gonna have to lower our submission amounts to less than 20 in order to only pay back one return shipping fee. So enough with the ranting about that. Let's get to the unboxing. Guys, today we have some JSA certified signature books. We also have some books that came back from the Clayton Crane signing. We also have some books that came back from the J. Scott Campbell signing. And we have some regular Blue Label submissions. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, because we're going through over 100 slabs today, and you're gonna really hopefully enjoy what we have to show. We're starting off with the first Pokemon comic that was published in comic book format, and it's signed by Veronica Taylor. It's authenticated by JSA, and this particular copy belongs to Mark Pache. Congratulations on that 9.2. Next up, we have a beautiful ASM 607. That one is signed by J. Scott Campbell, and one of the legendary trifecta covers that he did for ASM back in back in 2009. This is the second cover he did back at the same time, and is also considered one of the classic Campbell covers from 2009. It's been homaged many times, including by Campbell himself. Here we have a beautiful Nathan Zerdy cover, which is also a homage to, I think, Romita. That's right, after Romita, it's even in the signature. Beautiful. Now, oh, this one is pretty cool. I love this one. It's a new cover done by Stephen Platt. This particular copy was given to me by Nick. It was a nice little surprise when he went to, or he had a chance to go to Toronto Fan Expo, and he picked up this for me, which was awesome, and really appreciate that, Nick, from Legion Comics, Comic Legion. Very nice surprise. Oh, this finally came back. Spider-Punk Arms Race #1. That is the number 2. That is the Ryan Stegman variant, and that was given to me by who gave me that? I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank right now. Let's see. This particular book actually belongs to my son's high school teacher. Not high school teacher, elementary school teacher. His math teacher, exactly, to be precise. And I'm really happy that he got a 9.8 on his Spider-Man copy that he picked up back when he was collecting. That's pretty cool. Next we have Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime. One of my more, I could say, I guess, interesting stories that I've read last year. I liked it. They introduced a new Uncle Scrooge in here, or a new Scrooge, and he ain't nobody's uncle, that's for sure. If you guys read that, you know what I'm talking about. And let's keep going. We have, oh wow, this beautiful, beautiful Virgin edition for Black Cat #1. That is, again, a J. Scott Campbell cover that he homaged himself on, because he did the similar cover in the opposite direction, with the window being on the left, and MJ sitting where the Black Cat is sitting, and Spider-Man is actually swinging away on the other cover, and here he's swinging towards her, which is quite interesting if you never noticed that before. Next, another beautiful Campbell. This one is really nice. Again, it's the same book, just a different variant cover that homages McFarlane. McFarlane's Spider-Man cover. Speaking of which, here it is. Wow, 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 wow. So we have a Todd McFarlane signature, we have a Stan Lee signature. Beautiful 9.8 Spider-Man #1. It doesn't get much better than that. Let's keep going with those JSA books. We have a beautiful Batman 608. That is the first issue that Jim Lee did for Batman, and it was actually, someone challenged him from DC Comics to say, you know what, there's no way you could do 12 consecutive issues and be on time. And Jim Lee took up the challenge, and lo and behold, Batman 608 to 615 were printed, and it was one of the best Batman stories I had read in a very long time. It was called Hush, and I'm sure you all enjoyed it as well as I did, or as much as I did. Okay, so here we have another Black Cat variant, very popular with Campbell when he does Catwoman, Black Cat, or in this particular case, MJ. This is the other homage that he did to himself for Ultimate Spider-Man, where the family is just chilling on the couch and they're having a good time, and nobody's out there swinging and, you know, putting their life in danger at the moment. I like this as well. I have one myself. Very nice homage cover. Next we have another JSA. This one is called Salamandroid. I hadn't really heard of this book, and I was just digging through my boxes one day and it came up and I was like, what is this? I look up the value on eBay and I'm like, what? I was stupefied. So I said, you know what? Let me send it in, get it JSA certified. I honestly did not think it would hit a 9.4. My personal opinion was a 9.0, and I'm very happy to get back 9.4. Next, we have Infinity Gauntlet #1. That one is signed by a few people, Perez and Starlin, and it's really obviously a classic. No-brainer. Everybody knows about this book. And here is the original Amazing Spider-Man 601 that I was referencing earlier, where Spider-Man is swinging away and into danger, and MJ has that concerned look on her face, as, you know, she's worried that Peter's out there putting his life on the line to save everyone, you know? I love this. This is my favorite, all-time favorite J. Scott Campbell cover, and without a doubt, my personal favorite. Next, we have some Todd Father goodness with the classic ASM 300. First full appearance of Venom, signed by the Todd Father himself with a full SIG, beautiful 8.5. Then we have the next big key, ASM 361, with the first appearance of Carnage. Of course, everyone knows that. And it's the old Mark Bagley signature. I have a few of these myself. When he came to Montreal back in 1992, we all had our book signed. That was pretty cool. He's a really nice guy, very friendly, very chatty, and you know, he's all about the fans. Mark Bagley. Next we have Bendis, Michael Bendis. He created, or I don't know if he created Alias, but this is the first appearance of Jessica Jones, and it is definitely a good key to own, considering that she had her own series on Netflix, and she may be introduced back into the MCU one day. Next, we have this beautiful Daredevil Volume 2, number 10. It's the origin of Echo and her second appearance, I believe. First cover appearance, by the way. Next, we have, oh wow, this is a beauty. We have Uncanny X-Men, first appearance of Gambit. And that is a beautiful copy signed by Kubert and Claremont, both authenticated by JSA, and a 9.8. Wow, wow, congrats. Whoever's book that is, they're gonna be very happy. Next we have Saga, also a very popular series from Image Comics. People are on the hopes that this will become a series one day on TV or a movie. It is a very good sci-fi story, and amazing art. Can't go wrong. Perfect. 9.8. Doesn't get better than that. Next, oh wow, another beauty here, Young Avengers. This book used to be worth quite a lot, but unfortunately, you know, as with everything else after the pandemic, a lot of these books lost a lot of value. So hopefully the spec is still alive on this, and one day they do come up with a Young Avengers themed show. All right. Next we have Batman. I think this is the last JSA book. Batman number 2. This is the first appearance of William Cobb as Talon. I don't know if there's any other significance to that, but it is signed by Scott Schneider, and definitely one of the best runs that were recently done for Batman. I would say right after Hush, this is pretty good. It's a pretty good jumping point. If you wanted to start collecting Batman again, New 52 is a great place to jump in. Let's see. Next, maybe we'll move on to some, get this out of the way. We're gonna move on to some Clayton Crane signed books. How about that, guys? Here we have Guma number 1, signed by Clayton Crane. I don't know the significance of this book. I know that there are the creative team is a bunch of artists and writers that have been in the industry for a while, but other than that, I don't know anything about the story, but the cover looks really nice. Next we have, oh wow, beautiful Marvel Zombies Resurrection. That one also looks so nice with the silver signature, with the Clayton Crane 25-year custom label, 25th anniversary, that Clayton Crane has been in the industry drawing as a professional. I really like the fact that they come up with a nice label just for that event. Here is one of my personal favorite covers, actually, and it's my copy. So I knew that it wasn't going to be a high grade because there is some damage at the bottom corner here. But this is such a rare book to find and to have that I didn't care what grade it would come back. It's from my own PC. I'm going to put it away, and that's it, that's all. Or maybe I'll hang it up somewhere because that's a pretty cool cover. Next, oh, is this another one of mine? Yeah. All right, we have Punisher 218. This is the first appearance of War Machine as Punisher as War Machine. So he gets the armor, and I guess he becomes a leaner, meaner Punisher. I haven't read it myself, but it's quite a intriguing story option. So I will definitely end up reading it one day and see how that turned out. Next, we have this beauty, Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Omega, with the beautiful 25th anniversary signature where he adds some flames to his signature, and I guess it just looks so nice with the actual flames that are on the cover. Couldn't have made a better choice on this one. Congrats. I think this one belongs to Mark and Squirrel Girl, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Here we have a beautiful Transformers with the same signature, 25th anniversary sig, signs it with a 25, like I said, and the flames to match the logo. And that's the 7th print of Transformers #1, and I think this one belongs to Joe. Congrats, Joe, on that beauty. Wow. Another one here. That is Revolver Volume 1 2nd printing. The way you could tell it's a 2nd printing is because the 2nd printing has serial numbers actually stamped directly on the book at the bottom corner here, whereas the 1st print didn't have the serial number and it came with a certificate instead. Speaking of which, here we go. That's the 1st print, no serial number, and signed along the top with the 25th anniversary signature. Looks insane. I love it. Next, we have one more with that beautiful anniversary signature, Immortal Hulk #1 Crane variant. I think that's a ratio variant, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a beauty. Congratulations, Lewis, on this submission. And last but not least, we have one more with the 25th anniversary sig, the very, very infamous and famous Venom 7 Clayton Crane variant. That was a Frankie Comics exclusive and was limited to, I think, 1,000 copies. So congrats, 9.6 on that. It's a really tough book to get a 9.8 on. They have a lot of spine ticks, and the grader's notes were reflecting or mentioned the small ticks. So 9.6 is pretty much the best we got on that. However, we did send some in for some rainbow signatures, and look at that. It's not the Virgin, but at least it's a 9.8. This was my personal copy. I don't know who I got it from, to be honest, because I bought this such a long time ago, and I've just been holding on to it, waiting and waiting and waiting patiently for another Clayton Crane signing, and finally it happened. So I sent it in. Very happy it came back at 9.8. Extremely happy, actually, it came back at 9.8. Then we have this beauty, also for Joe. Wow, man. That 7th print looks so crazy with the Cranebow signature. Very, very nice. Very nice. Congrats, Joe. Then, Joe sent in some heavy-duty books as well. Some Ultimate Fallout 4. We all know that one is the first appearance of Miles Morales. That's going to be a big one. Beautiful Cranebow at the bottom, 9.6. We had 4 copies of this book. We sent in 2 of the best ones for the Rainbow signature. You see, 2 of the best ones for Rainbow, and 2 of the lower grade for regular signatures. And we're really happy, or I'm really happy, that the 2 at least came back, the high grades came back 9.6. It would have been nice to get a 9.8, but a 9.6 is just as good. Here, I chose to send this one in for the rainbow signature. I figured it would look really nice with the American flag, and it is the first print, first edition, and that's the one I'm gonna hold on to for myself. Yes, sir. Next, we have the regular Crane signatures. So we have a nice Wolverine 41. That's a very cool cover. I love it. It's one of my, again, personal favorite Crane covers just because it's Canadian based and we're Canadian. So love that. Really cool. And I think we sent 2 of those in. I sent one myself and somebody else gave me one to send in for them. This one is also a 7th print, Transformers, just signed in red. I believe this one is JF's. Then we have one signed in gold. Oof, don't remember whose this one is. Then we have this one here, which I'm very, very puzzled with. It says there's a crease at the bottom right corner that goes through the whole book. And I'm trying to see, wow, if they damaged it, if it got damaged at CGC, because this thing was flawless when I sent it in, and I'm really surprised that it got a 9.4. So the book doesn't really have, I don't see anything personally with it wrong. Maybe it might be worth sending in and having it pressed by CGC and regraded. We will see, but that null label might not be available anymore by the time this comes back. That's unfortunate. I would say that's probably the only book that got a lower grade than expected. Here we have another copy of the Wolverine 41. I don't remember who gave me that one to send in for them. This one is for Chris Venom. There we go. Beautiful 9.6. We both got 9.6s on our Punisher 218s. He wanted his signed at the top. I got mine signed at the bottom. But it would have been nice to get a 9.8. But this book is notorious for having crazy color rub in the back. If you could see all along the edge, it's all color rub. So really tough to get a 9.8 on. I'll settle for a 9.6. I'm sure Chris is going to be fine with his 9.6 as well, even though a 9.8 is what we always try to aim for, but there's some defects that just aren't pressable, and you just have to cross your fingers and hope for the best. Next, we have this beauty that I sold to my good friend James Dewar. Funny thing is, he's like, here, hold on to it, and next time there's a Crane signing, we'll send it in. Oh my God, man, it took a year and a half for Crane to go back to CGC. So I'm really happy we sent it in, and it came back a 9.8, and it looks friggin' amazing, signed in white. I really, really like it. It pops, man, like crazy. Congrats, James. Get that to you. Next. Oh. What else we got? What else we got? I think we could do some Campbells, maybe? All right. Those away. Let's start off with the Campbells. All right. So this book is the lowest grade we got back. But the book has a major crease in the back, a huge one. And it doesn't break color, but you could see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this light. No, too much reflection. But there's a crease from here all the way to here. So it doesn't break color, but nonetheless, it's there. I tried multiple times to press it out, but it's too deep, it's too prominent, and there's not much we could do about that. Still a really tough book to find, really tough book to get high grades on, because they had a lot of printing defects on that book. All right, let's get back to the 9.8s. Here we have a beautiful ASM 800, CGC 98, of course, Campbell. These are going to be all Campbells. This is a pretty cool one. It's a German variant, guys. We don't get these too often. And pretty cool to get a 9.8 on that. I think it was limited to 300 copies, I believe. These belong to our good friend David, aka Triple D. Very nice. Signed in green, the Joker #1. Then we have that infamous ASM 601 cover, but this is a foil edition that was made for a Mexico convention, and it's actually in Spanish, and pretty cool, very limited as well. I have a few of these myself, and this one belongs to our good friend Triple D. Next we have beautiful Uncle Scrooge. Again, very popular one. That was the 1 in 50 Scott Campbell variant that he did. We have 2 of those, both 9.8, both signed in white. Next we have some more variants to the very popular ASM 601. This is the Brazilian edition, again a 9.0, which I'm quite surprised because this one was heavily used, heavily worn, heavily read. You can see the top corner there, and yeah, top corner there. So I'm really surprised to get a 9.0. I'm sure Triple D is going to be very happy about that. And of course, he also has the actual original from 2009 in a 9.6, which again is not bad because it did have a couple of spine ticks that break color and a top corner that is slightly worn. So that is a very generous grade. David, man, congrats on that. Next, we have this book, which is Essentia #22. It's a virgin cover, and I believe that one is Triple D's as well. Congrats, David. Next we have, wow, this beauty, which I could say I own a copy myself, is one of the tougher Campbell books to find. And wow, congrats, Triple Man, another 9.8 on that beauty. This comes from the same set, ASM 14, another one that is extremely tough to find. I don't have a copy of this yet. Congrats, David, on that one. This one, however, I do have a copy, and now David does as well. So again, they actually have a statue of this book that is available, or was made available back in I would say about 10 years ago. They did a statue like this, and I picked one up. I was lucky enough to pick one up, man, and I'm so happy I have the book and the statue, one next to the other. Really cool. All right, here we have a nice Witchblade #1. This is the sketch cover, virgin variant, again Campbell, of course. This particular copy belongs to James. Congrats on that, James. Here, however, same book with the color version, also belongs to James. Beautiful signature. Unfortunately, this one had a little bit of damage at the bottom corner here. I tried my best to press everything out. It seems like CGC thinks It's not a 9/8, and I agree. I could still see, you could, let me see if I can change the lighting here. Yeah. You could see right there. There's some damage to the book that didn't press out. There's a color break, staple tear. So 9/6 on that is justified, 100% justified. Even I would say slightly generous, to be honest, slightly generous. If I was the grader, I would have given that book a 9.4. Okay, next we have, we have the Virgin edition to the German Siege number 3, German edition. This one belongs to Sam. Yes. Congrats, Sam, on that beauty. Next. This one shocked me, man. This one really shocked me. So, this had some damage along the top edge that went through the whole book. I did press it, but to me, I could still see where the damage was. I guess CGC must have missed it, because man, this book hitting a 9.6, I'm really surprised. I thought it was going to be a 9.0, to be honest. Congrats, congrats James, man. And this Essentia 22 looks really nice, actually. Even with the pink signature, when we looked up the picture online, it didn't really look super nice, but I think it really pops nice in person. James, if you want to sell it, let me know. I'm a buyer. All right. Next we have, somebody got a 9.8 on their Witchblade. Number 1. Very nice. Congrats. Don't remember who submitted that one. Then we have this beauty. I think this one belongs to Stefano, if I'm not mistaken. Congrats, Stefano, I think. That one is yours. Not too sure. Then we have this one here as well. Very nice. And then this one is definitely Stefano's. And this one here. There we go. 1, 2. Beautiful. Congrats on those, Stefano. A 9.6 and a 9.8 for you. And then we got 2 more Campbells. Oof. Again, I think this one is Danny Kyle. There you go, Danny, man. Beautiful, your Virgin variant D cover. Very nice. Came out perfect in blue. Nice spot to get it signed. And another one for Danny. There you go, man. The Princess Leia. Beautiful, man. Looks amazing in white. Love it. Love it. Or it's like a yellowish white, but looks pretty good, man. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now we've done all the signed books. We've gotten all those out of the way. I believe we still have 2 full regular submissions to go through. Let's see. What's that noise? Okay, get my box ready, because man, there's too many books. Okay, so we'll start with some moderns. This beautiful Harley Quinn 28 was a gift from Chi. He gave that to me a while ago, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so cool. And then when I got it graded and I sent him a picture to thank him, he said, hey, that looks like Jinx from Arcane. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I never noticed that before until you mentioned it. But yeah, it does have a Jinx vibe to it. It's pretty cool, man. I really love it. Love it, love it. Can't wait to put this up on the wall. Next, Power Hour, the She-Hulk, Jamie Tidal cover, and it's a Comics Elite Virgin exclusive. I don't know where this came from, to be honest. I think I picked it up in a lot of books that somebody was selling, and it looked like a cool cover, so I said, oh, I'll get it graded. And it was, of course, a 9.8 candidate. Then we have this beautiful 1 in 100, I believe, for Lost Years, number 4. And pretty cool virgin cover. I got this from Comic Legion again. Really nice. They have their Monday night sales, guys, on YouTube, 7 p.m. And they have some awesome deals on really cool ratios. This was also from Comic Legion. It was a gift, actually, from Terry. Thank you very much on that, Terry. That's my 3rd copy I own of that book. Really love it. I think it's a good spec book. First book where Ben Reilly becomes Chasm, of course. If you've been reading ASM, you know that. Here we have another ratio. This is another 1 in 100, again from Comic Legion, and also came back in 9.8. Very happy with that. Next, some books again I picked up in a lot. Again, don't remember from where or from who. I've been sitting on these for over a year, and I decided to finally get them graded, which I am extremely happy I did, because of the fact that CGC is now raising all their prices. So here we have Witchblade number 1. This is the Silvestri 1 in 50 variant, virgin cover. I'm not sure if it's a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 25, but just to say that, oh, man, I'm really glad I sent these all last year. These were all books that were submitted in November of 2024, and I did get the old rate on them. And I know that in February, all the prices at CGC are going to be going up across the board, which isn't fun, especially for us Canadians. With the high US exchange rate, it's just going to be a killer to get or grade any more books going forward. Is not going to be an easy feat. Some of these newer books that don't have really much value may not be worth grading going forward if the cost is going to be $50 versus $40. You're adding a good 20% to your cost, and it's a fixed cost you can't get around. So it's going to be tough, really, really tough to remain competitive as a Canadian who's sending books back and forth to CGC. This is one of my actually fun reads from last year. Picked up read the preview issue from Free Comic Book Day. Really loved the interior art. I like the way the story flows, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the story. Actually, issue 5 is on FOC this week. Once that comes out, I will be reading the full story. Here we have the second printing for Batman 608, because the first print had some pages out of order, so they recalled those and made a second print of that. Here we have Zatanna bringing down the house. That's the Archerm foil variant. Here again, another Red Sonja that I picked up. Was just waiting to have graded. And most of these books were just on standby because I was just too busy grading books for everyone else and didn't have time to grade my own stuff. So there we go, another Red Sonja. This one is Unbreakable Red Sonja. These are all mostly store exclusives. And then we have this beautiful, beautiful Lobos cover. I really, really, really love it. I wish I could get the 1 in 100 Virgin, but didn't find any available for sale in my area at the time. So I settled for the trade dress. And from that submission, last book is nice Deadpool #1, of course, the foil variant. Always a good one by In-Hook Lee, I think. Yeah. Now we have our last submission. Some cool Harley Quinn books that are some 1 in 25 ratio variants. We have issue 33. That was a Halloween special, I guess, came out around November. This is one of my all-time favorites for Gotham City Sirens. They just look too cute. Man, I love this cover. Actually, it was Ben that let me know that they had a copy available at which shop was that? It was a shop in Ontario, Capcan. So he messaged me, Ben, man, you're too good. Thank you for looking out for me. He messaged me about that cover, and I went and grabbed it right away as soon as I saw it. So here we have, again, first appearance of Gambit. Very nice. This one belongs to Raph. I don't know what the grade was before. I know this was already graded. I think it was a 7.0. Raph, let me know in the comments, please, what the grade was before I pressed it and cleaned it. I'm just thinking 7.0 or 8.0, but that's a nice jump if it got all the way to a 9, man. Pretty cool. Congrats on that one. And we have another one for Raph here. The annual for X-Men. That's the first appearance of, well, they say it tied. Well, no, wait. This is the first appearance of something. I'm drawing a blank again. So yeah, okay. So this was the controversy book with Gambit. They said this is the first appearance, but it ties with the X-Men 266, and now there's a kind of like a, you know, Hulk 180, 181 thing going on with this book. We will find out which one is the real first appearance. Probably never. Here we have a beautiful Campbell Virgin variant. This one belongs to Danny as well. Congrats on that. Unfortunately, it did not get the 9.8 we were hoping for. Again, can't tell you why. Sometimes CGC is a bit stubborn. And gives you a grade that doesn't make sense on a brand new book. Like I said, looking forward to reading the rest of this one. This is just a variant cover for the same book that was showcased earlier, Popeye #1. All right, next we have some cool Spawn Batmans. That's the Virgin Capullo Glow in the Dark cover A. Here we have Capullo Virgin cover B. Not sure why this one got a 9.6. To be honest with you, a square bound book getting a 9.6 is quite rare. Maybe they have some graders notes. Maybe. I'll have to see. Here we have this beautiful Scarlet Witch #6. That is the 1 in 100, I believe, ratio variant. Congratulations to the owner for having a 9.8 or receiving a 9.8, sorry. Here we have Monsters #2. I believe that's a ratio variant as well. Very big book. Congratulations again on a 9.8 for that. Wow. Here we have a beautiful Absolute Superman #1. That is the Jim Lee sketch cover. I think it's a 1 in 100 variant as well. Then we have a second copy. Wow. Pretty good, pretty good. If you're into absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, those are the books to have. Man. Here we have a beautiful G.I. Joe #1. That's the new series that just came out from Image Skybound. I believe that is the 1 in 200 sketch variant. And this is the 1 in 500, if I'm not mistaken, or the other way around. I'm really not sure, but one of those two is, well, I think this is the 1 in 200, and this is the 1 in 500. Guys, pretty sure. Yeah, 1 in 500. That is insane. And this one is the 1 in, again, 100 or 200 or something like that. I'm not sure. 1 in 100 maybe. These G.I. Joe ratios are crazy, crazy. So happy they all came back 9.8. It would not have been fun to get back a 9.6 on one of those big books. And here we have the foil edition for Batman Noir Edition. Very nice. It's black and white cover and interiors. Pretty cool. I don't know if that's a ratio as well. I'm not familiar with that one. Then we got some old school. Some old school Iron Man 150. That's a really nice one with Dr. Doom and Magneto. No, sorry, Morgan Le Fay appearances. Pretty cool. Then we have a Teen Titans newsstand. Oh man, this is supposed to be, I'm gonna have to send this back. Son of a gun. Came back in 8.5. We were hoping for a 9, but it does have, maybe no, we were thinking 8.5 now that I think about it. But this, guys, is a Mark Jewelers variant, and they friggin' didn't flag it as a Mark Jewelers variant. So I'm gonna have to send this one back to CGC for them to correct the label. I hate that. I hate that. Next, we have the first appearance of a Jubilee in a 9.8. Congrats, Raph. That one is also yours. Perfect. Then we have DC All-In Special #1. 9.8. This is where they introduce for the first time the absolute trifecta or trilogy, or if you want to call it, for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Now, what else we got? Speaking of Wonder Woman, we got the beautiful Panosian 1 in, what is it, a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 25 variant? I think it's a 1 in 50. Pretty cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Have 3 copies of that book. This one, I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. Was really hoping for a 9.8, but got a 9.6. It was a good pickup. Ben grabbed it. Congrats, Ben. That's a good book to have. He also grabbed my copy of the first appearance of Magic. Got that in a 9.2. I'm actually really surprised to get a 9.2. There was a little bit of a misprint over here at the top. I guess it didn't affect the book as much as I thought it would, to be honest. Because here we have one that Mark gave me that is flawless compared to my copy. Doesn't have any defects, printing defects whatsoever. And he got the same friggin' grade. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Really shocked at the two. If I put them side by side, you'd be like, what? How's that possible? But yet, here we are. Here we are. Oh boy, another absolute Batman. This is the second printing sketch. So I believe that's a 1 in 25 ratio variant for this one. And then we have a book that really took off, but for unfortunate reasons, is the Poland variant cover for Spider-Man #1. This unfortunately gained some traction recently because the artist passed away. And it sucks. I hate it when I hear something like that, especially when it's due to an illness that is close to the heart here. Now, here we have a 9.6. Again, still well worth submitting this book, even if you get back a 9.6, because I believe the 9.8s go for $500-600, if not more. So a 9.6 goes for a couple of hundred easily. This book had some really heavy damage, and I'm very happy to get back a 9.6 on that. Very happy, and I'm sure that it will be an easy sale even at a 9.6. And here we have Star Wars The Force Awakens, of course, one of my favorite covers. I really love this book. I own multiple copies as well, and congrats, Alan here got a 9.8 on his. Pretty good stuff, guys. My God, I think I got everything. Oh no, I'm missing a book. I forgot to open the box. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna do this one as well, if I could find an X-Acto knife. Yes, here we go. So guys, this last book, I believe, also belongs to Lewis, and it was a TMNT. Just from the size of the box, I'm thinking it's magazine size. This was a TMNT #1, third print that he had, that I worked on myself. And yes, it is. It is his book. Yes, sir. Here we go. So I said to him, best case scenario, you're going to get back a 9.0. And I kind of convinced him to get a remark done as well at the same time. I said, man, this is a book you want. This is a book you want to put in your PC as a centerpiece. It's very rare, very hard to get high grade, and it's just a pretty awesome all-around modern book to have. And I'm really happy it did hit the 9.0, and congrats to you, Lewis. That's about it, guys. That's our unboxing, mega unboxing for the week. It took, I can't believe, almost an hour to showcase every single book here. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see if we get back anything next week. Man, this was a hell of a week, I could tell you that. Please like and subscribe, and come back for more content, as we will be posting more stuff every week.